What's up, you guys? Thanks for joining me. Today I want to talk about something that I usually don't get into. I'm usually teaching you a riff or a song or a solo or something like that. But today I'm going to teach you how I actually make a good living with a guitar, which is insane because I spent so much of my life avoiding music and avoiding this passion that I had because I thought I would just be in poverty my whole life. That was what everyone told me. And I'm really glad I didn't listen to everyone. I listened to my heart, to be honest with you, as cheesy as that sounds. And so I'm going to go ahead and talk about the top 5 ways in which I make an income. Going in order of basically the amount. I'm not going to go into specific numbers. I don't even know what that is at this point. It's getting good though and better every single year as I improve as a person, a teacher, entrepreneur, etc., a YouTuber, all that. So anyways, so the number one way in which I make a comfortable income from a guitar specifically is as a teacher. So I've been teaching a very long time. I started driving to people's homes, advertising on Craigslist for like $20, and luckily, nothing crazy ever happened. I never had a Craigslist scary story, anything like that. But I would just teach in people's homes, and I'd be mauled by dogs. I would be in just kind of in uncomfortable, smelly places sometimes. Not always. It was pretty good overall. But I started with just knowing nothing. I was not a good teacher, I don't think. But I loved it. I enjoyed the fact that I could help somebody with this instrument. And so I started a long time ago, and that's still the number one way in which I actually make a good income from guitar. As I've gotten better, I have gotten better with the whole entrepreneur aspect of it, and that's a big part of it. You have to wear a lot of hats. So if you're going to teach guitar, you can definitely make a good living. If you own your own school, which I do, and that's the second item, it's even better. I was a teacher for a long time doing my own thing, and that was actually pretty difficult. I had a job for most of that. But if you wanted to get right into it, and if you're already good at what you do, you know you're good at teaching, you're good at playing, even if you're just somewhat good at it, you could probably get a job at a music school, and that's what I would suggest. Now, of course, they're not going to pay you what you would get paid on a personal one-on-one, you find your own client. And so that's where putting on that entrepreneur cap, learning the marketing, learning all kinds of stuff. There's a big learning curve. And I was lucky that I just loved it enough that I kind of eventually started to figure it out. And I ironically got a lot of help from some of my clients. I had some clients who were already doing really well and had their own businesses and would suggest that I get a reviews page and the website. And I learned all these things on my own, how to make that happen, how to build a website, every aspect of this business I've had to almost teach myself. Although I've been lucky, I've had a couple of mentors on the way. I've just had to basically kind of figure it out, and I always kept doing it no matter how much I failed, and I did fail a lot and had plenty of weeks where I was like, rent will happen, because I kept my job for the most part. I didn't quit any jobs. I always had a side job, a restaurant job. But I definitely struggled for quite a while, and I didn't really get to the point where I was really oh my goodness, I'm doing pretty good with this guitar thing all by myself, just with guitar, for quite a while. And so that would be the number one way. Although it's tough to get to where I'm at, you really got to get good at what you're doing and get good at entrepreneurship and being a business owner. It's all part of it. So that's the number one way. Sorry, that was a bit long-winded probably. You're probably already tuned out. Skip, right? But the second way is through a music school. I eventually started my own music school and expanded and started hiring teachers. And that's where I am now. I'm in this big building in California, and we have, I probably bring on 15 new students a month at this point in time, since 2020 February. And so it's going really good, and it's because I had been teaching for so long, and I had gotten really good with the marketing and the business side, and I'm here all the time maintaining quality. It's all about high quality lessons for me. No one talks about that, but that's part of how I've been able to build my business, is on the back of just high quality lessons. To really care is really important. And so I owned a music school. It was another learning curve. I had to learn a lot of things. I had to learn how to really vet people and hire. It's crazy what you got to get into, and so that was it came with its own challenges. But I'm really glad I did it. It's doing really well so far, and it's just getting better every month. And then the third way is actually playing live. The third way that I make money is with a guitar is playing live. So what I do is I gig mostly in the summers and springs and the warmer months, and we do a little bit of covers, originals. I just enjoy writing, but I actually play live. And what I do is I book gigs on the weekends with different venues, and I love it. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. Is to be on stage and to play live. So that's what I do. It's not a lot of money. If I had to make a living just playing guitar, that's a whole different thing. That's a video that you can click, probably that link right up there, or maybe up here, whichever one, and you can see on if I had to play guitar and actually perform, what I would do. So that's a different topic. But I do play live. It's peanuts, but it is something that brings in some income. To do the whole thing with 1099s and all that. And then the fourth way is with YouTube ad revenue. It's not a lot at the moment. I've been kind of slacking off on the channel because I've been so busy building the music school in the past year, and teaching as well. I've been very busy, but I'm getting back into it. I'm releasing a weekly video at the moment. I'm going to try to do that all year for hopefully the remainder of my life, because I really do enjoy it. I love this actually, to teach you, to talk about what's working for me, be it on a riff or just in my life, like this. So YouTube ad revenue is starting to come in. It'll come in more and more. Hopefully you'll watch some of the ads and maybe click on them. That would help me. And that's definitely one way in which I'm making money. And then the last way, the fifth way, is through products. I have products, and that'll be in the description below. I'll just put them all, almost all of them. I do ukulele products. I have guitar basics. I have some I think I have like a guitar licks thing. And what I do is I really take my time, and I basically put everything that I know that I can into one book, and I sell those on Amazon, by the way, because I've tried different avenues. For some reason I wasn't selling anything. I think it's because they wouldn't trust the source. I remember the second I put things on Amazon, it took off. I don't make a ton of money from that. Actually, it's not even that much at all, but it's a fifth one, so it's not that much. But I do make a little bit every month, and it's pretty cool. It comes in around the first of the month, and it pays for a couple utilities, which is something. What I do is I basically make a book, like an ebook style, and then I also put little links in the titles where you can click on the link and it'll open up a private video just like this. So it's more like a whole product program is the way that it is. And I sell them for super cheap on Amazon. I highly recommend them, not just because I made them, but because I really put a lot of value into it, and I don't think I charge more than $10 for any of those. So it's definitely worth the value. But what I do is I just basically always focus on what I love, and so far it has really worked out for me. I'm really, really happy. I'm really proud of where I've come from and what I've been able to do with just a freaking guitar. So if I can do it, you can do it. That's my personal story. There's a lot more ways to do it than that, but that is personally how I make a comfortable living with a guitar. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope this was entertaining, and I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe.